Welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk about the AYN ODIN 2. So I'm a little bit late to this party, or so it appears on the face of it, because lots of news sources have already released details on this model. But I was talking about this model back in May on the Discord channel. The AYN ODIN 2, is this the product that's going to push AYN into the mainstream? Get everybody buying them? Well, that's the question. The ODIN did pretty well. The Loki has probably done more to damage their reputation than boost it, but we are where we are. I'm not going to be negative about AYN anymore. Let's just talk about this new product. So the new product, it is going to come with a Snapdragon 8 Series 2 chip. How amazing is that? That's pretty impressive. Now, just to put this into context, that chip costs Samsung $160 per unit. So that only leaves AYN $140 to do everything else. Pull together the shell, the PCB, the battery, the screen, the controls, manufacturing, and profit on the sale. So how are they going to do it? Let's discuss that first. Well, firstly, they're going to have 3 SKUs. Surprise, surprise. There will be a budget spec which will have 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. That model, I think, will very much be trickling onto the market. They'll have a 12GB model with 256GB of storage and a 16GB model with 512GB of storage. And I think those two models are going to be the ones that sell well. The $299 price for the base model one is much like what they've done with the Loki, where they have the budget Loki with the Athlon processor, which it's there really to show that they can sell a product from a very low price, but not many people will buy it. Most people will buy the high-end SKU, the 6800U for example. I think it'll be the same with the ODIN 2. Most people will buy the 12GB model or the 16GB model. Myself, I'd buy the 12GB model right in the middle of the road. I think it would suit my usage perfectly. So, why the ODIN 2 now? Well, I think the ODIN's been out for a couple of years now. It's getting a bit long in the tooth. It's about time that they started working on something new. They've had a stab at x86 platform. I don't know if AYN have enjoyed the process, but they're going back to what they know, which is great. So the renders we've seen so far, there's 5 colours. 3 of them are, solid colours, and there's a clear blue and an atomic purple colour. Personally, I might go for the atomic purple. Not sure why, just seems to tickle my curiosity, that one. So that's good. They've got multiple colours. I think there was quite a lot of backlash on the Loki where there was only the black or white and you didn't really get to choose what it was based on your SKU. So I think that's a good thing. Sticks wise, it looks like they're Switch style sticks again, smaller sticks. So who do I think is going to be the main competitor to this ODIN 2? The original ODIN had the market semi to itself until the Retroid Pocket 3 came out. Still think the ODIN was a better product, but it wasn't without its own issues. But who's going to be the competitor? Well, personally, I think it's going to be Absolute, and I've got a reason for that. One, I've been testing an Absolute quite considerably over the last few months, as you will know if you follow the channel, but also, I think they have listened to their Discord members and are looking at the next model on the horizon. The original Absolute, the Absolute 1, is selling really well. It's they're advertising it like crazy at the moment, but I think they're also looking at what the next model is going to be. And I think they've learned from all the people posting on Discord that they didn't appreciate how much people would want to use the device, not just for its intended purpose, which was streaming. So this next device I think they'll release will be, again, a streaming handheld, so it'll be strong at streaming, but I also think it's going to be a little bit more powerful so that it can do Android gaming, but also a little bit more powerful for doing emulation. So what do I think the specs of the Absolute 2 or Absolute 1 Pro, or whatever they want to call it, will be? Well, firstly, I think design-wise, it's not going to change considerably from the original Absolute. I do think there might be power bumps on the back of the case, because people seem to want large grips on the back, because that suggests it's more ergonomic, even when it may not be. So I think they may design the back a little bit. I think screen-wise, they'll stick with a 7-inch 1080p screen, because it's a good balance of size, portability, and really nice legibility. But I do think there will be a chance that they'll look at higher refresh rate. So 60Hz has been widely accepted as just sufficient. Most people seem to want 120. We might meet somewhere in the middle. I think it might be 90, somewhere between 90 and 120. We'll just have to wait and see, but I think it'll be at least 90 Hz. I also think, ergonomic wise, when it comes to controls, I think they will change the Switch style sticks to medium sized sticks, not as large as full Xbox One sticks, but somewhere in between. I think they'll still be Hall effect. That's worked out well for Absolute. People want to buy stuff that's got Hall effect sticks so that they know they won't have stick drift in the long term. I also think it will come with a good processor, but not a Snapdragon Gen 2 processor. I think it might come with something along similar spec or performance to a Snapdragon 888, but hopefully not with the huge power draw that thing has. They may put a slightly larger battery in, because I think that'll be a target for Absolute. They want to have at least an 8-hour battery life. A more powerful device, they might accept dropping that down to 6 hours, but I think most people have been very happy with the 8-hour battery life, so they'll try and target that. But why have I mentioned the Absolute and the AYN in this video? Well, the reason I've mentioned it is because I think Absolute will release their product cheaper than AYN. So AYN are looking at $299, and I think Absolute are going to be looking at $269, $279, something along there. It's only $20 potentially, and it will be a little bit weaker, but I think it may well be designed a little bit better, ergonomically a little bit better, and I think they'll ship sooner. So, what do you think? This video is going to hopefully prove or disprove my beliefs over the next year. I think it's going to be at least 10 to 12 months before we see these products hitting the market. So let's just see how well I've called it. So if you like what I do, please like, share and subscribe. Please support the channel. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.